moment. So we're efforting to get that back put together. It should be up and running again. So apologies there. But appreciate all of you that take the time to chat along the way, that view us. Also, those of you that are on a smart speaker or an app or SactownSports.com, or there's still radios out there. Thank goodness. We appreciate all of you checking us out each and every morning. Still to come at the top of the hour, we will visit with Niners at 9 from The Athletic. Matt Barrows will be joining us. All right. Thanks again to Brendan Nunez, our Sactown Sports Kings insider. Spent a couple of segments with him. Anything you ever miss, certainly go back to Sactown Sports. Some really good conversation, though, about Coach Brown and certainly about De'Aaron Fox and his growth and development. So hopefully you enjoyed that. But let's do it. It's time for 4 Down Territory. All right, so Christopher Laud, what do we have today on 4 Down Territory?
Which team had the best Week 11 in the NFL?
All right, there's a lot of good winners out there, a lot of guys that needed the W. I'm thinking about, I don't want to ignore Thursday, because I think Thursday night the Ravens certainly are a candidate to get the victory, to get to 6-3, a home field win, make it 8-3, excuse me, get a home field win over the Bengals, so a division rivalry there. A couple teams avoided disaster. It would have been an awful loss for the Lions to lose to the Bears, and they needed a big fourth quarter to do that. Niners keep things rolling. A team I think needed the win the most maybe yesterday, and they had a convincing win. They were back at home, Buffalo. Buffalo really needed that, maybe squashed some more of the hopes for the New York Jets and a slim chance of a possible return for Aaron Rodgers. So amongst the many candidates, we'll go with the Buffalo Bills, getting back on track, needing a W, getting a W, a convincing one. Josh Allen, I think he had he had an interception, 3 touchdowns. Josh Allen and the Bills, I will give them as my team that had the best week in the week. Second down.
Which team had the worst Week 11 in the NFL?
Okay, we got several candidates here as well. It's tough. I'm going back to Thursday. It's tough to ignore the Bengals. You lose the game and you lose Joe Burrow. Man, that was the official word, I think, came over the weekend and certainly on Friday, that Joe Burrow's season is over. He exited that game in the second quarter. So this is a team, remember, a lot of people, even a week ago, were saying this team could get to the Super Bowl. I don't think so anymore. So the Bengals have to be a strong candidate there. The Commanders aren't going anywhere, but the Giants are bad. The Commanders now have lost to them a couple of times. It's probably the Bengals, maybe even the Seahawks losing on the road to the Rams. It's not an embarrassment, but that hurt in their standings of kind of where they are, and now they got a couple of injuries. And the turnaround Vikings also had a tough loss, I would say, as well on Sunday Night Football, losing to the Broncos. Couple candidates, but if I'm picking one overall, I'm going to go with the Cincinnati Bengals losing Thursday night and losing Joe Burrow as the worst of the weekend. By the way, Chris, how'd you do fantasy-wise? Any good news, bad news this week for you?
Won one, lost one.
Isn't that the way they usually go?
Yeah.
How many times do you think you go 2-0 versus 0-2?
Not this yet.
Neither one's happened. It's always been 1-1?
I've had a couple of
2-0.
I've had a couple of 0-2s.
Yeah. How similar are your two teams?
Not at all.
Okay, well. And then, so if they're not similar, then I'm sure you've had weeks where one team that has a player is going off is good for you, but maybe you're playing against that player.
Exactly.
Oh, man. I can't.
And
you try to make them similar or no?
No. Yeah. Apparently the Bills just stopped passing the ball to Stephon Diggs for some reason.
Yeah. Well, he seems
his choice.
His brother tells him to get out of there. All right. Third down in our 4 down territory.
Which individual had the best Week 11 in the NFL?
Let's see. Brock, near perfect rating. He was incredible. As far as individual standouts, Jordan Love had a nice regroup game and led them to a victory down at the end. The other one that was jumping out at me, and now I'm seeing more and more people talk about it, who's gotten better and better this year as the years gone on? Russell Wilson. And, he led a comeback at the end through the dramatic touchdown late. So a couple different candidates, but I'm going to stick with the Niners. Brock Purdy was awesome yesterday. Near perfect passer rating, near perfect day, I should say. He was really, really good, in control of his game, highlights everywhere. He was dominant. He felt good about his game as he should. And so I'm going to go with Brock Purdy. In fact, I want to hear another Another Papa special from Brock Purdy. Let me see what I got here. Let's see. How about this one? This was well designed early in the game.
2nd and goal, 4-yard line. Juszczyk was out wide. Now he comes inside a bunch with Deebo Samuel and George Kittle. Purdy looking that way, right. McCaffrey wide open. Touchdown! CMC!
Niners with a win yesterday. I'll give Brock Purdy my game ball, I guess, is the best of the week. All right, it is that time now for 4th down.
Which individual had the worst week 11 in the NFL?
Well, there's many player candidates. I'm going to go back to a coaching candidate here. Chargers lose again. Brandon Staley on the hot seat. The seat is scorching hot. And felt like he was getting a little bit defensive in the postgame.
I'm not here to talk to the fan base. I'm here to talk to my players, the locker room. I know that we give ourselves a chance to win every single week with the game plans that we have, okay? And we have done it here. You guys act like we've never played good defense. That's not the truth. It's not the truth. You act like we haven't made any improvements. Today, in the run game, we played outstanding. We're rushing the quarterback well. What we got to do a better job of is in the passing game. And that's where our full attention is, and it's where it will continue to be. There were a lot of other things that caused us to lose today. It certainly wasn't our defense. It was the way we played as a team. We didn't play well enough on the red zone on offense. We dropped too many passes. Okay, we gave up a few killer sacks. Okay, we did this as a team. Stop making it about one unit, because that's not what happened out there today. Our team lost, and I am fully responsible for it, and I take full responsibility. But we lost as a team today, and that's the storyline.
All right, that sounds like a coach, obviously very defensive, a coach that's on edge. And Chris, I can't think of a more, I'm not saying he's wrong, but a more unappealing way to start I'm not talking to our fan base right now. Oh, how's the fan base going to enjoy that one? Just start that one out to, hey, Charger fans, I don't care what you think.
I wish he would have come back with, our fan base. We have no fan base. I don't have to worry about talking about them.
That might have gone over better. But it's like, I'm not talking to our fan base. It's like, yeah, I'm not worrying about what social media, what everyone else says about us. Well, guess what? They're going to jump on and bash you even more. So he had a tough week. There's no doubt about that. And I don't know how much longer his tenure will continue as head coach of the Chargers. But, yeah, I think there's a couple of buzzwords, catchphrases that you just – if you're in a position of ownership, of head coach, where – players, I think, can get away with it a little bit more, though fans can turn on you. But when you start saying, I'm not talking to our fan base, or basically, I don't care about our fan base, you should have that approach. You maybe shouldn't say it out loud, right? That's a quick turn off to those out there. All right, that's our 4 down territory. Interesting weekend in the National Football League. As far as some of the developments go, I think now is about the time when you can start to do the standings check, see what the makeup's starting to look like with what the back half of the season here, the final 7 games. If we do a playoff picture look right now, as far as wild card and in the postseason, Chiefs are the top seed in the AFC. You got the Ravens leading their division, the Jags leading their division, and the Dolphins currently leading their division. Those are your division leaders. Your wild card teams would be the Browns, the Texans, and the Steelers. But still really in contention, I would say, are the Jets, Chargers, Raiders, Bengals, Broncos, Colts, Bills. That's how competitive the AFC is. And what I had said even before the season, I think the best quarterbacks, as far as the most elite, the largest supply of them is in the AFC. And there are going to be some really good quarterbacks left out of the postseason this year. And right now, one would be a guy like Joe Burrow, but he's hurt. Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, technically Aaron Rodgers. I mean, these are some of the best quarterbacks in football, and they could be on the outside looking in. As far as the NFC goes, Eagles play tonight. That's a really good Monday Night Football matchup as they get the Kansas City Chiefs, but they're 8-1. They would be the 1 seed currently in the NFC. Then it's Detroit, who leads their division. The Niners looking good in 3 at 7-3, and the Saints, someone's got to lead that division. They're the leaders at 5-5. And then your wild card teams currently Dallas with 2 games clear of New Orleans, but they'd be a wild card team, Seattle and Minnesota. There's a little bit more of a separation. You get everybody below 500 after that in the NFC between the Packers, Rams, Falcons, and Buccaneers. They're all 4-6. And I think once you get below that, Commanders, Giants, Bears, Cardinals, Panthers, none of them have the look of a playoff team at all. So the NFC, not as stacked. That playoff picture may almost be solved now. Sadly, we should probably take a picture of that and see if the 7 are already decided. I think the one thing that could change would maybe be the Saints because they're 5-5. That division still feels open. But as far as records go, that other 7 may already be solidified at this point. All right, so there you go. That's 4 down territory. Still to come, more NFL coming up at the top of the hour with Niners at 9. Much more on the Kings as well. But when we come back, we'll look back at our predictions over the weekend, our 3 in the key, and our Pick 6 recap. And who's hot, who's not, that's all coming up on Sactown Sports.
Will Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers brass go all the way this season? Could the Niners win their first Super Bowl since 1995? Join us throughout the season to hear all the games and all the analysis on Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com.
Does your dog leave frowny piles of poo around the yard? Did you know that a solid poo is one of the best indicators of your dog's gut health? Supreme Source Super Premium Dog Food is made with organic super seaweed and other powerful antioxidants, supporting a healthy digestive system. Real protein is always the first ingredient, plus a blend of essential vitamins and minerals to help support your dog's overall health and well-being. Do their digestion a solid, literally. Find Supreme Source Premium Dog Food at Safeway, Safe Mart, and Smart & Final, or a local grocery store near you.
Hey, y'all. This is Bill with the Good Guys. Call Good Guys Heating and Cooling now. Tired of overpriced repairs? Call the Good Guys. Jaw-dropping quote for a new HVAC system? Call the Good Guys. Don't trust the other guys. Call the Good Guys. We offer free second opinions. Family-owned and operated, always ready to serve the community. We offer the best service, best price, guaranteed. And that's no bull.
Call 530-GOOD-AIR. License number 1057618.
Family-owned Mercedes-Benz of Stockton invites you to take advantage of a special certified pre-owned Mercedes finance rate of 3.39% APR for up to 36 months on select 2020, 2021, and 2022 models. This makes buying a pre-owned Mercedes-Benz a great way to turn a humdrum holiday season into a ho-ho-ho, look what Santa got me holiday season. Your best holiday gift ever awaits you at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton, mbofstockton.com.
I was in foot pain for 20 years, trying to give it relief, buying all these different insoles, drugstore insoles, custom insoles. I spent thousands of dollars. I bought all these products and not a single one worked. I really, truly needed to have relief in my feet. And the Good Feet arch supports were what gave me the relief I needed.
For over 20 years, we've been helping people like Teresa actually live the life they love without their feet getting in the way.
They wanted to make sure that I got something that my feet felt good in, not somebody else's feet. I love the fact that I can wear these arch supports in all my shoes. I have boots, I have cowboy boots, I have running shoes, I have walking shoes, I have flat shoes, I have heels. It makes me so happy. If you ask my husband, he will crack up because there is no store I would rather go in than a shoe store. I'm Teresa, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Knee, hip, foot, leg, or back pain? Visit the Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Give your family a real treat. Bring out all the flavors of the holidays with the amazing Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers. My Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill is turning me into a pro. Napoleon Grills has features other grills can't match. They're built different, built better, built to last, complete with a lifetime warranty. I may never want to cook indoors again. All made with premium steel that boasts absolute quality. Just go to Napoleon.com for your nearby Napoleon Grills dealer. Napoleon Grills. Now is the time for the best selection of grills and fine accessories for the holidays.
Prestigio Jewelers Black November sale is on all month long. Get amazing doorbuster deals while supplies last. 1 carat diamond earrings only $449. Wedding sets starting at only $899. 70% off gold chains and much more. Get quick and easy credit approval and low monthly payments at Prestigio Jewelers. No credit, bad credit, even bankruptcy, you're approved. Prestigio Jewelers guarantees your credit up to $10,000. Shop designer brands such as Cartier, Gucci, Bulova, and Citizen. Visit us today or online at prestigiojewelers.com. See store for details.
What's hot and what's not? Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company and second opinion partner.
All right, before we get to who's hot, who's not, right now is your chance at 916-339-1140 or 1-800-920-1140. Call in. We're going to take the first caller to correctly identify yesterday's Jiffy Lube drive of the game. We didn't have one Friday because there was a game yesterday. So what was it in the Kings-Mavs game? The Jiffy Lube drive of the game, 916-339-1140 or 1-800-920-1140. And you will get a $100 gift card from Jiffy Lube just for knowing the drive of the game. It's that simple. Chris, who is hot?
I think you know this one.
Who?
You came in with your sweatshirt already ready for who's hot. Sacramento Kings.
Yeah, baby.
They've won 6 in a row.
Like the babe.
And, of course, De'Aaron Fox is on fire. Your defense is terrified. De'Aaron Fox, so far this season, 32.2 points, 4.7 rebounds, 6 assists, and 1.9 steals to go along with a 41% three-point percentage.
That's hot.
That is hot.
How about, since that's hot, who is not? Who do you got for who's not hot?
Starting quarterbacks in the NFL.
What? All of them?
Almost.
Okay. Not
almost
Brock
all
Purdy.
of them. Let me tell you this.
You tell me this.
Aaron Rodgers,
Yeah.
Anthony Richardson, Daniel Jones, Kirk Cousins,
Okay.
Deshaun Watson,
One more?
Joe Burrow.
4 more.
That's it.
Okay.
All out with season-ending injuries. Actually, we don't know about Aaron Rodgers. He's looking to lace up soon.
Come on. If they're out of it, what are you doing? That's bad for the game. And we had the stat last week. I think there's been 49 different people that have started at QB. So you're going to get another one there with Jake Browning for Cincinnati. It's going to be 50. The record, well, that's 64, I think, if I remember right, last year. So, here we go. Another injury in the NFL. And I know Dave's saying is banned injuries. And I felt for Dave, too. His team, Florida State. Oh, man. Their quarterback. They were losing that game early to an FCS team. Quarterback. It's one of those don't look at the injury. And, yeah, his season is done. I just feel for that. They have an undefeated season going on. And just hate that. All right, let's see. Lisa's the first one to check in with us here on Sactown Sports. Lisa, good morning. Do you know the Jiffy Lube drive of the game yesterday?
I do. It was Chris Duarte scored from a pass from Harrison Barnes.
That sounds very specific. Harrison Barnes passing to Chris Duarte. Well, let's cue up the G-Man to see if you are right.
Keegan to the right elbow, picks up his dribble and locks it out now to Barnes. We're down to 4 on the possession. Harrison drives inside, backdoor cut, beautiful pass, and a throwdown on the baseline by Chris Duarte. That is going to be your Jiffy Lube drive of the game. What a terrific baseline cut by Duarte, and what a great find by Harrison Barnes for the assist.
All right, Lisa, you did it. That was active listening. Congratulations. Hang on the line. We'll get your information, and you have won yourself gift card of $100 to Jiffy Lube. Congratulations.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you, Lisa, the big winner. Thank you, Lisa, for listening. And guess what? We'll have another one tomorrow morning as well, because there's another game tonight for the Sacramento Kings. So make sure you listen actively for that. So congratulations to Lisa, a winner of a $100 gift card to Jiffy Lube. All you have to do is listen. Pays to listen, and you will win. Still to come on the show, we're going to have Niners at 9. Matt Barrows from The Athletic will join us. That's coming your way here shortly. Also in the next hour, we'll see about the Kings. We'll preview the Kings and Pelicans tonight. Kings trying to make it 7 in a row. Also, we'll have a 3 in the key coming up for Kings and Pelicans. And we'll close out the show as we always do with Crosstalk with Styles and Watkins. Little celebrity birthdays to wrap up the show. But, all right, we got to look back at our results for 3 in the key, how we did on Friday. So we will get that to you. At this time of the show last Friday, it was just Nate and I in the house. And so we had a couple of different categories. Let's get my numbers up here so I can verify how Nate and I did. The first of 3 categories, we were looking at blocks for Victor Wembanyama. First matchup for the Kings taking on Victor Wembanyama. I said he would have 3. Nate said he would have 5. And Victor Wembanyama, none. You can't block the Kings. So none for Victor Wembanyama. I guess I was closer, but don't really feel like that's a victory. The next one, we were asking for the last basket made in the game by the Sacramento Kings. Now, the game ended up being a little nerve-wracking for Sacramento because they had to hang on all the way to the end. I said it would go to Davion Mitchell, and he hadn't been playing, didn't even play in the game. Nate gave me grief for that, and he said Petrusev. I said, wait, you're going to give me grief for Mitchell, who hasn't played, and Petrusev, who hasn't even played a minute on the team, you're going to pick. Well, neither of us were right. Kings, remember, scored at the buzzer because they were trying to get more points in the cup to get a point differential, and it was a +9 because they got the points from Kevin Huerter. Would have been the correct answer. And lastly, looking for a random stat in this game, something odd, something weird, something different that we predicted would happen. I don't know how weird my stat was. I said Keegan Murray would have a double-double. Keegan Murray had a single-double. He had 6 points and 6 rebounds in that game. Nate's random stat, he said Kevin Huerter would have a career-high free throw attempts. Chris already making the face. Chris, what's your guess at free throw attempts Friday night for Kevin Huerter?
I'm going to guess 3. No, not 3, 4. Nope, 2.
All of those were too high. All of them were too high. 0 for 0 for Kevin Huerter. So neither of us were very good on that. All right, now we've got to recap our pick 6 from yesterday. Look at that. Chris is like a DJ. So we had predictions on the 49ers.
Oh, you didn't get my...
Oh, yeah. What was yours? Oh, you know what? You were
close.
Probably the closest because you sent in from the road. Your random stat was Monk was going to get Victor basically with a poster dunk.
He was going to dunk on Wembanyama.
He got Collins. Victor was coming into the screen, but I think Malik wants to get him.
Yes.
I think he does. So they still play this year. I think we can count that if that happens later because that was pretty good. All right, so we asked the first 49er to score. Nate said a guy who hadn't scored all year, Juwan Jennings, and he didn't have a catch. I just went for the old standby. I'm not gonna think about this. CMC, and it was CMC. He was the first one to score. We asked for Brock Purdy yards thrown in the game. I said 268. Nate didn't think they would need much from Brock. He said 210. Well, Brock went for 333. So nice day for Brock Purdy. All right, then we asked for the sack total of the Buckeye bookends, right? We're just Bosa and just Chase Young, just their sack total. What would they get in this game? Niners for the game had 4 sacks. Armstead had 1. Bosa had 1. Chase Young had 1. And then a half a sack for Greenlaw and Warner. So the answer is 2. I said 1, and Nate said 3. So we kind of split the difference there. The longest punt in the game. We went that randomly. I got to find the punts here.
I can't punt.
But I can't punt. All right. The long was 60 by Mitch Wisnowski. I said 54. Nate said 56. So Nate gets the win for that one. Then we asked for Christian McCaffrey total yards, and he ended with 103 between rushing and receiving. I said 164. Nate said 144. And then our random stat, I said Sam Darnold would play. That did not happen. And Nate said 0 turnovers in the game. That did not happen either, as there were a couple by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All right, Chris, later in the next hour, though, you'll be ready to go on our 3 in the key for tonight.
I think I'll be able to handle that.
Yeah, I think so, too. All right, so there's who's hot, who's not. 3 in the key recap, 49ers recap as well. We're going to get more Niners conversation coming up here in just a few moments. We're going to visit with Matt Barrows from The Athletic. Good day, though, for the 49ers as far as all around. Seattle losing on the road, and then the 49ers pretty convincing win. Again, I said, like, the second half in the fourth quarter, still to hang on, still needed the defense to kind of make some plays. They got the pick in the end zone that ultimately decided the game, and that was the play, that was huge. Here it is again from Jair Brown.
Here's the game. Tampa can stay alive, or the 49ers can take the ball back. 4th down and 4, 12-yard line. Baker low, shotgun snap. Back, throws a wobbly ball. It is broken up by Jair Brown, the rookie.
What a play by Jair Brown. What a pass rush. Steve Wilkes sent the heat. Baker Mayfield is going to have to unload it. There is an unblocked defender And Jair Brown has enough wherewithal, understanding the situation.
All right, that was the first of Jair Brown's big plays. Buccaneers got it back, still had one more chance.
3rd and 6 from the 9-yard line. Godwin goes in motion through a maze. They got White up to block inside. Young comes around the edge. Baker throws. Intercepted in the end zone by Jair Brown. He makes another play as Baker Mayfield stepped up and threw in the end zone a deflected ball.
And he is shook up.
Well, and the other thing we're going to have to talk to Matt Barros about is the injury to Talanoa Hufanga. That was the worst part of the day for the 49ers, losing him. Kyle Shanahan, I think everybody knew it when it happened. He was carted off. It was not good. Not a good injury, not good going forward, but how do the 49ers regroup? We know in football, it's such a callous saying, but it's what you do. Next man up, and you have to go forward, and that's what this Niner team will do as the season continues. All right, we will go ahead and step aside here. When we come back, final hour of the show. Lots to get to in the final hour, including a look ahead to the Kings, trying to make it 7 in a row tonight when they take on the Pelicans. But when we come back, we will visit on Niners at 9 with Matt Barros from The Athletic. He joins us when we return here on Sactown Sports.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour every week with Frank LaRosa on Sactown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Nature Wood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Winter is coming. I know you know that, but are you prepared to keep your family warm all season long? At American Energy Heating and Air, their goal is to exceed your expectations of the heating and air industry by valuing the customer experience and making your home comfort system as efficient as possible for the most value. So book your $49 furnace tune-up and safety inspection today. Prevent dangerous gas leaks. Extend the life of that furnace and save on your energy bills. And here's the guarantee. This isn't a sales call. They're not getting in the door so they can try to sell you a bunch of stuff. No, they're just going to do what they say they're going to do. Call today to schedule an appointment at 916-520-9990 or go to AmericanEnergyAir.com. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A-plus Better Business Bureau rating. Get your $49 furnace tune-up and safety inspection today. 916-520-9990. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
Gobble, gobble, folks. It's that time of year again when the leaves fall, and so do the prices at Elk Grove Kia. We're bringing you Thanksgiving early with deals that'll make your wallet say thanks. This fall, our lot is stuffed with the latest Kia models, and we've carved out incredible savings. Get your hands on a brand new Kia with Elk Grove Kia's award-winning reliability and service you can trust, unlike your Auntie's dodgy broccoli casserole. Don't wait until the turkey's on the table. Come to Elk Grove Kia and feast on the best deals this fall. And don't worry if you have challenged credit. Our finance team has over 100 years of experience. They may or may not have even helped a pilgrim or two get qualified. So hurry on down to Elk Grove Kia, where the prices are falling faster than Uncle Bob falls asleep in front of the football game at Thanksgiving. It's the Thanksgiving sale going on now at Elk Grove Kia, located in the Elk Grove Auto Mall. Or check us out online at elkgrovekia.com. Elk Grove Kia, where the only thing bigger than our savings is our gratitude for our amazing customers.
Elk Grove Kia. Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Dell's Black Friday event is their biggest sale of the year. Shop limited time deals on laptops like the stylish, innovative XPS 13, engineered to do it all on the Intel Evo platform. Plus, save big on ultra-sharp monitors and top brand accessories. Shop now at Dell.com/deals to take advantage of financing options and get free shipping on everything. Again, that's Dell.com/deals for huge savings today.
KHTKAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
First and 10 Niners, and they're 24. Purdy going to can the play here as three receivers right. Ayuk and Juszczyk left, going deep down the sideline for Ayuk. He's got it, and he's gone. 20, 10, 5, touchdown! San Francisco! Ayuk is on fire!
Guys having fun yesterday. 49ers end up with a win over Tampa Bay. The schedule gauntlet now begins. Thanksgiving Day against Seattle, followed by the Eagles, and then Seattle again. Now it's time to start Niners at 9 from The Athletic. Joining us here, Matt Barrows, back here on the show. Matt, just Jason today. Dave is off this week. How are you after yet another Niners win?
I'm good, and we're now in sort of the bewitching hour of the season, which is when this team usually turns it on, and you're seeing it in these last two victories. I didn't think the Tampa Bay win was quite as sharp as the Jacksonville win, and I think that was partly due to the fact that Baker Mayfield, I thought, had a good game. I mean, didn't really get rattled the way that Trevor Lawrence did, and that help them, stay in the game. When I say stay in the game, stay within two scores at the end there. And the fourth quarter was a little bit ragged for the 49ers, but the second and third quarters were outstanding, and really the game was won then.
Yeah, I thought the Niners were outplaying them when they were doing something that I felt like they used to do a little bit more a few years ago, where they would score enough times, but sometimes got too many field goals as opposed to touchdowns, because it felt like they were considerably better in the first half, and yet it was 13-7. You're like, you're a mistake or two away from being down, but that third quarter, the two touchdowns got the separation. But they did have to work for it all the way through the end, and I think you're right. I think Baker was more than game to just make the 49ers have to work for this win all the way through.
Yeah, I mean, the game plan always is to rattle the other quarterback, and the 49ers did that. And, I thought that Chase Young showed up well in his second game with the team. Nick Bosa is back to 2022 form, I think it's safe to say. But to his credit, Baker Mayfield kept, stepping up in the pocket and making plays and taking what the 49ers were giving him, and really not making any mistakes. I know that he had the interception in the end zone, but that I think that glanced off of somebody's helmet. But, so, I was sort of impressed by Baker Mayfield, a guy we saw back in 2019 with the Browns, and he's a much better player than he was at that point. One of the things that struck me with the 49ers is that they never really got their running game going, and that's how they really step on the necks of an opponent. And without that, they weren't able to really kind of finish off the Buccaneers in the second half. A couple of drives stalled out. They went for it on fourth down, and they couldn't get it. So I think it was a little bit odd from the 49ers. Usually it's a run-first game plan. From the offset, they were throwing the ball.
You there? Yeah. Did I lose you for a second?
Yeah, no, I got you.
Okay, good. So, Matt, let's go to the news. I guess if there's any news that's the toughest news of the day was the loss of Talanoa Hufanga. As they go forward, how do they replace him?
Well, I mean, I think you saw it in Jair Brown, and it was interesting because I don't think if this injury had happened a couple of weeks earlier, it would have been Jair Brown who comes in. I think it would have been George Odom, the veteran. But Steve Wilkes said on Thursday that Brown had reached a point in the season where his confidence, his comfort in the defense had reached a point where they were more comfortable with him. So he came in, very aggressive guy, and maybe that aggression was a little bit too much on Sunday. He kind of stepped forward on a couple of passes. Even that pass that he broke up, fourth down pass to Mike Evans in the end zone, seemed like he was a little bit too aggressive, a little bit too eager to take a step forward. He was able to recover on that play and eventually knock the ball away. But I think that's the risk you take in putting a rookie out there. He's going to make some rookie mistakes, and with Jair Brown, it's going to be mistakes of over-aggression. And I think probably you want that rather than the other, especially with all the times that he's going to be playing up around the line of scrimmage, and you want him active as a tackler. But he came away with a good game, but it'll be a position to really kind of watch and scrutinize over these next few weeks.
Matt Barrows joining us from The Athletic. So, Matt, on that front about Hufanga, obviously in talent they're missing, but just what about the other intangibles, likability, leadership, kind of heartbeat of that defense in the back end? Obviously there's so much up front that they do, but what are they going to miss with him there?
Yeah, I mean, that's part of who he is. I mean, he's a glue guy. He's great in the locker room. He's smart. One of the things that probably goes unnoticed with this 49ers defense is how few big plays they let up. And that's, a credit to Sean Gibson and to Talanoa Hufanga. And then you see, as soon as Hufanga leaves the game on the very next drive, they give up a 41-yard pass play. And that was due to Jair Brown. So, that's all part of it. I mean, he's really beloved on the team. They give out at draft time. They give out something called a gold helmet, and it's a very rare category that they give a draft pick. And only a handful of guys have gotten it over the last few years. But Hufanga is one of those guys. So he's got sort of the off the field, the leadership qualities you just noted. He's got a little bit of everything. So it's a big loss if this indeed turns out to be an ACL tear.
And when will we find that out? Later today, likely?
Yeah, he'll have MRIs up at Stanford Hospital, and interesting timing because Kyle Shanahan usually talks at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, which would give him time to see all the medical reports. He's talking at 10 today because of the abbreviated work week, so I'm not sure whether we're going to have a definitive word from Shanahan at 10 o'clock about Hufanga's knee.
Gotcha. So we're talking with Matt Barrows. How about Brock Purdy yesterday? Just another game where he's on point, hitting receivers, all sorts of underneath routes, deep throws. He just looked like he was totally in control of his game yesterday.
Yeah, it was a Brock Purdy game, and like I said, I mean they came out throwing the ball and deciding early on that we're going to allow Brock Purdy to win this game for us, and we're not going to rely as heavily on our running game as we usually do. And Purdy was up to the challenge. I mean, he was just so efficient. He seemed to be seeing everything clearly. Even plays where he was under pressure and they had good coverage, he was still making the right decisions. Never put the ball in harm's way on Sunday. So, I mean, if you can kind of marry those two things, being very aggressive and not being risky at all with the ball, that's a coach's dream, and then you saw that reflected in his perfect passer rating.
So with that said, they got a little break too yesterday, Matt, with the win, and then Seattle losing. Now that could all flip-flop with a Seattle win on Thanksgiving, but how about the Niners with a little cushion going into the game and this matchup on the short week heading to Seattle this week.
Yeah, I mean, it's a repeat of last year where they beat the Buccaneers at home. That was Purdy's very first start, and then had a short week to play in Seattle, and that was for the division title. They could wrap it up with a win that week, and had to go up there, only 4 days to prepare. That was also the game that Purdy was suffering from a broken rib and didn't throw at all during that week, and was really literally I'm not even going to say game day decision. He was a kickoff decision for the 49ers. They were about to go to Josh Johnson in that game, but Purdy rallied with the help of a pain blocker and then had a terrific game up in Seattle, and they took care of business and they won the division. So my point being is that they've actually had a harder challenge, this very similar scenario, and rose to it last year. So you would expect that they could do it again this year.
Yeah, as far as Seattle goes, too, I saw some of that game yesterday. I know Geno got banged up. He came back in. Walker got hurt for them. So, I mean, this is a team that obviously the Seahawks need the game, but they're coming in banged up into this one.
Yeah, and, the injury reports in a short week are always very kind of dicey. They're all estimates because there's really no practice whatsoever. The 49ers will have a very, very light walkthrough on Tuesday. And I expect the Seahawks to have the same. So it'll be a game where, backups are going to have to come to the forefront. The 49ers will have one probably in Jair Brown, and who knows how many Seahawks will kind of have to step up. So it makes the Thursday games interesting, and some say it's what makes the Thursday games bad. But this will be a fun one to watch in Seattle.
Did you tell us last week, Matt, if I remember right, you get the assignment, you're going to spend Thanksgiving in Seattle?
Yeah, I'll fly up Thursday morning and then spend maybe 24 hours, a little bit more than 24 hours in Seattle, and then fly right on back.
Well, I know you've been to basically every place. I haven't been to a football game in that stadium. How would you describe that atmosphere? Obviously on TV it looks amazing. Is it as loud in there as it appears to be?
Yeah, absolutely. And, I'm not sure the latter day 49ers would say this, the ones that played the Legion of Boom up there, but almost to a person, you ask the 49ers what their favorite place, outside of Levi's Stadium to play in is, and they say Seattle, just because of that atmosphere. I mean, these guys hate turf, so already, Seattle. Exactly, but I think it's the atmosphere, it's the noise, it's the energy level. That's all for the home team, of course, but when you're the visitor, you feel it too. And it gets your heart racing, and I think these guys really love playing up there.
Well, I know there's a lot on the line this week. First place in store there for the 49ers are already there, but Seattle could tie them and have that early tiebreaker. Plus, the Niners, I know they're not going to do this, but fans might, but it's Seahawks, Eagles, Seahawks. This next three is really going to be fun for the 49ers.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna show who they are for sure. I mean, I've been saying since April that they triple underscored that December 3rd game in Philadelphia. I mean they feel like there's unfinished business there, and you've got that game bookended by your biggest division rival. The last quarter century, it's been the Seahawks and the 49ers. So makes it very interesting and just a great stretch.
Well, we wish you a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your time up there. We look forward to talking to you next Monday. Enjoy your time up there, and we'll talk to you soon, Matt.
All right. Thank you, Jason.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. That is the great Matt Barrows from The Athletic joining us, giving us some insight on the Niners. That injury to Talanoa Hufanga, we should get more confirmation as the week goes on, and certainly maybe later today. But a short week, quick turnaround, Niners and Seahawks coming up on Thursday. When we come back, the Kings, their quest for 7. Can they make it 7 in a row tonight? We'll preview the Kings and the Pelicans. We'll do that next on Sactown Sports.
Can the Niners build off their NFC Championship appearance from last season? How will the quarterbacks perform throughout the year?
Purdy back, now going to throw for the end zone, wide open, Brandon Ayuk is on fire!
Will the the defense lead this squad again.
Intercepted. Ball got tipped up and taken by Fred Warner.
Get all your 49er coverage throughout the NFL season on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
As we come together to celebrate the end of this long, long year, Stockton Honda has savings to bring us all cheer. Happy Honda Day savings and selection galore. Stockton Honda's online express purchase and great people give you more.
Save on 400 new Hondas at Stockton Honda during Happy Honda Days. Shop in person or online with our express purchase option.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
At Ashton & Price, over the last 25 years, we've won just about every injury case you can think of. Slip and fall, falling merchandise, fell through rotted decking, we won those. Dangerous stairs, falls into holes, dog bites, won them. Injured while pedestrian or on a bicycle, auto, motorcycle, big rig, company vehicle, Uber, or Lyft accident, we've won them all. And the best news is there's no fee until you win. So no matter how you got injured,
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
That's throwing me off. Is it going to happen again? Who is this, Chris?
This is... Come on, you don't know who this is?
You want to give me some hint? Will I know the name if you said it?
Yes.
I will?
Yes.
So should I know this?
It's one of their newer songs.
Okay. So it's a group?
Yes.
Best guess. Come on.
I really have no great guess right now. Okay, I don't want to embarrass myself. I'm writing this down. I know it's a way off. How long have they been around?
80s.
Oh, 80s?
Yeah.
Late 80s, 90s, yes.
Oh, you're really throwing me off.
When this came out, one of their members had just passed away.
But you think I would have? I have not heard the song.
Yes, you have.
We're not hearing the vocals.
Yeah,
I've heard this song.
Mm-hmm.
We the people.
Wait, what? Simone, were you helping me there?
Yeah. We the people. That's yeah.
All right, I don't have it.
Guess.
What is it?
Just
What's
guess.
your guess?
No, my first guess was terrible. If you said 80s, that's wrong. Okay.
It is Tribe Called Quest, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I have heard of them, yeah, for sure. I don't think I know the song. Maybe I have to hear the lyrics. But usually I would say, I think we've talked on the show.
It was a regular on the Lowdown.
Oh, well, then I did hear it before.
You heard it a lot of times.
A lot of times. And probably back then go, hey, Chris, what's this song? I think we've talked about like what are like your things that you would say you're better at than most people. Not that hey, I'm so good at this, but like little superpowers that you think you have. I can generally say if I've heard a song before within a couple notes, like I've heard it or I don't know it. And
can't everybody?
I don't know.
No, because there's a bunch of I've never heard of this.
Well, and if I know it, usually I can tell you right away. I go, that's blah 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 blah. In like, I always thought I was really good at that until the time when Don Geronimo used to be here. And what was that called? Stump the
Stoop.
Stump the Stoop. Or
no,
whatever.
That's not it.
No,
That's an ESPN thing.
Stump the Stud. Stump the something, whatever it was. But he'd play and I would play literally like this. I'd play it at home. I'd play it from the other room. Like I'm gonna beat him. Like dang it, I could not. He was incredible at that. All right, tonight something else that's been incredible is the Sacramento Kings. They are rolling. They got another win yesterday. That is 6 in a row for the Kings. And tonight they get the New Orleans Pelicans, the Pelicans. They have been an odd team. I know that Brendan said that earlier when we were with him for a couple of segments. Pelicans are really talented when they're right. And it's a team and an organization it's got to be a little bit frustrating for the last couple of years. A player like Zion Williamson, who's just so gifted. He is a matchup problem. He's physical with athletic ability, size, speed, power. Last game he didn't play. They rested him. That was by choice, and they lost by 1. I mean, if you think about Zion and what he's doing right now, I mean, his stats are pretty darn good. Brandon Ingram is the team's leading scorer at 23 points per game. Then you got Zion at 21.8. CJ was at 21.7, but he's out. Valanciunas, they're starting Jordan Hawkins, the rookie from Connecticut. Herb Jones has been in and out of the lineup. So, again, it's a team that when they're right, I think can get you with that top 5, 6, 7 talent. Gets a little bit thinner after that, but they rely on some other people that maybe we're not always as familiar with. Dyson Daniels, who they had before as a draft pick. Larry Nance Jr., I know, has been out of the lineup maybe at least last game or is questionable for tonight. So to me, if they've got CJ, Zion, and Brandon Ingram, that's the best version of the Pelicans. They were a team that was leading the Western Conference when the calendar flipped from 2022 to 2023. So going into the new year, they were the 1 seed, and they fell off. And a large part of that was due to injuries. And I think Zion Williamson I hope his career doesn't end up as a what if, because there's too many athletes that have had situations like that. I don't want it to be that way for him personally. I mean, I don't have any connection to the guy, but you want to see someone that comes in with as much talent as him live up to their potential. And if I go back to his career, 24, he started every game that he's played, but that's been the problem. Games played. The 1920 season, 24 games. The 2021 season, 61 games. Did not play in the 21-22 season at all. Only played 29 games last year. And so that is crazy. He has been around for 5 years, 5 seasons. He's played 124 games. Man. Now in those 124 games, almost 7 rebounds, nearly 4 assists, a half a block, nearly a steal a game, and almost 26 points per game. I think there was a thing going around, Chris, for a while that like Zion had played maybe once in front of fans at Golden One. Something weird like there was.
Or I think maybe he has never played in front of fans.
It might even be that where the game he was going to play, like the famous game was the COVID game that the league shut down. That was going to be ESPN. I think he hadn't played yet. And if he did, maybe there was the cardboard cutout game, maybe. But yeah, the Kings have missed him quite a bit. I think the home fans have missed him quite a bit. And he's a guy that I think, the league, the media, they go through different cycles where they're really pushing players and hyping the next new great young thing. And I feel like Zion's not pushed as much by the league. And I don't know if that's finally too many games missed, but everybody kind of goes through that cycle, right? Where everything right now is pushing guys like Victor Wembanyama, Chet Holmgren, because they're the newest thing. But if there's an agenda to push Luka for the MVP or Tatum or whoever else, great players. But I feel like Zion right now is a guy that you don't hear as much in the forefront, and likely because of games missed. And he rested the other day. That's probably smart to try to keep him as healthy as possible. And I got to believe he'll give it a go today. But something to watch tonight certainly is how the Kings handle the second night of a back-to-back. This is the first time this year that has happened. Generally, the Kings and West Coast teams are kind of in the higher end of back-to-back teams. Kings haven't had one yet, but tonight they have it, and then they get to stay in New Orleans. They got there yesterday, have today to play. They'll have a complete day off tomorrow, I mean, as far as in the city, which is really rare in the NBA, and then they'll play again on Wednesday against New Orleans. I think they're heading to Minnesota that night. They'll spend Thanksgiving in Minnesota, play the T-Wolves on Friday. Then the Kings actually are fortunate. They come home, and I know the first game after a long road trip is kind of generally a game where you're off. Well, the Kings have Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off back home before they play the Warriors. So that's a rare break in the schedule coming up for the Sacramento Kings that they'll try to take advantage of. So first game back, a first back-to-back of the season. Last time they played those 2 games in one city was Houston. We know how that turned out. It was awful for the Kings. But since then, it's been great. 6 consecutive wins. And we mentioned it earlier where the Kings were starting at the start of this win streak. They had lost the 2 to Houston. They were 13th in the Western Conference. So this win streak has propelled them all the way to 4. They're a half game out of third place and just 1 game out of first. And if you look at the top part of the Western Conference, it's Minnesota, then OKC. Kings have already defeated the Thunder. Then you got Denver, the champs, who have lost 2 in a row. Kings leapfrog Dallas with a win. Lakers above 500 now with wins in 2 in a row. Houston, after losing their first 3, won 6 in a row. They've dropped the last 2. Phoenix had a wild win yesterday, double overtime thriller over Utah. They've won 3 in a row. They're 7-6. Then everyone else below 500, including the Pelicans at 6-7. The Warriors, man, they've lost 6 in a row. They're now 6-8. Clippers finally got a win with James Harden. They're 4-7. You got the Jazz, Grizzlies, Blazers, and Spurs. All those 3 teams are 3-10. Jazz 4-9. All right, so it's Kings and Pelicans tonight. When we come back, we'll give a 3 in the key for that Kings-Pelicans game. Also, what to watch, amongst other things, as we conclude with more of the show, or continue with more of the show. We've got that next here on Sactown Sports.
Last season, the Sacramento Kings gave us a little bit of everything. A Pacific Division type GM of the Year, Coach of the Year, Clutch Player of the Year, All-Stars and All-NBA performers. Plus, we got to light the beam.
Here's a steal by Fox, the breakaway. He's got the rip with the left hand.
What does this season have in store? Find out. Each and every Sacramento Kings game can be heard right here on your proud home of the Beam Team, Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Welcome to your Monday. Expected to start out bright, cool, and breezy, but those winds will stream down as we head through the afternoon. Highs today will peak in the lower to mid 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Imagine taking a nice warm bath in your shower. Let us fix that. Right now, get that clogged drain unclogged for just $97. Bonnie, plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air. Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. License 696355.
The Black Friday weekend sale begins this Friday at Boot Barn. Visit us in store for savings on top quality pieces. Get up to $40 off cowboy boots for men and women. $20 off select work boots and select children's boots for under $50. We're closed Thanksgiving Day to spend with family, but we look forward to seeing you Black Friday weekend for our biggest sale of the year. Boot Barn. Unwrap the West.
Get year-end pricing during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on our entire selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Ridgeline Civics, and Accords. Plus, with low finance and lease options, now's the time to buy. Hurry in and save during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, or go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
I always approach the holidays with a sense of excitement and a time to be with family. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa for Naturewood Home Furnishings. For me, the best times were when there were 3 generations all celebrating together. Today, we're the grandparents, and the holiday spotlight shines on my grandson. And I hope he'll remember holidays the way his papa does. Right now, Naturewood Home Furnishings will help you create your own kind of holiday memories during their holiday home sale. Unique gifts found only at Naturewood, like hall trees, curios, chairside tables, and more, are available at savings of 20% off. During Naturewood's holiday home sale, you'll find savings all around the store for every room in your home. Find your perfect bit of Christmas for your home at Naturewood Home Furnishings holiday home sale going on right now. The memories you make with your family will live with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
It's no secret to golf enthusiasts that Timber Creek and Sierra Pines in Roseville are one of the region's most unique and scenic places to enjoy a great game of golf. 27 holes, boundless options. Elevate your game on our newly renovated driving range, putting green, and chipping area. Whether you're aiming for fun, lower scores, or all-around growth, we've got you covered. Experience golfing dreams in Roseville and book your tee time at timbercreekgc.com. Timber Creek and Sierra Pines, your ultimate golf haven.
Pro football player Travis Kelce is pressed for time during the football season, so he does two things at once. Whether it's grilling while mowing,
Two things at once!
or getting this season's updated COVID-19 shot at the same visit as his flu shot.
Two things at once.
You can be like Travis and ask your pharmacist about getting this season's COVID-19 shot at the same visit as your flu shot if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This time of year, big box tool stores start to sell a whole bunch of not tools, from dancing Santas to plastic trees. At Northern Tool and Equipment, we'd rather sell you a 4-horsepower chainsaw fitted with a full chisel chain to cut down your own tree. And we have wood chippers come January, because you know, mulch. We're cutting prices on your favorite brands this holiday season. Save on Milwaukee, Steel, and Lincoln Electric in-store or at northerntool.com.
I'm getting word Chris was telling me during the break. Yeah, 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan confirmed today that Talanoa Hufanga did, in fact, tear his ACL during Sunday's win over Tampa Bay. We thought it, but doesn't make it any easier when you read it, and that's unfortunate. So that is now confirmed, and that's rough. Absolutely rough. So wish him a speedy recovery, but obviously his season is done, and the 49ers have to move on. That's the reality of the sport. We'll tell you about 3 in the Key coming up for today and what to watch, but let's check in with Steven here on the phone lines. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, Jason. How are you doing?
Doing great. What's on your mind today?
Not much, man. So I went to have a nice little dinner with my with some friends last night in Woodland, and driving home from Woodland, it was actually a surprisingly clear night last night. Surprisingly. But that beam coming in from Woodland, as soon as the 5 comes in and meets up with the 80 right there at Del Paso, you can just look straight downtown, man. And I pulled over right there, right before Del Paso, just to kind of pull up on the freeway to take a step out to look at it, man. And I don't know if you've ever had a chance to step out and take a look at the beam at night, man. But that is a sight to behold. I'm not gonna lie. I was highly impressed, man, with how strong that new beam is. I haven't seen one all season so far. Usually I can see it from my house in Sac, but yeah, I just wanted to talk about that, man. I thought that was really, really, really incredible to see last night, man. Just how strong that is, especially on a clear night like it was last night, man. It was extremely surprising.
Yeah,
extremely surprising.
Yeah,
really awesome.
It's cool. Thank you for the call, Steven. Appreciate that. I'm glad you brought it up because actually, believe it or not, I had not seen the beam. I haven't seen the beam. I've been inside every time the beam is lit. I see everybody's pictures on social media. I appreciate that. I love that. I love that everybody's fired up about the beam. I tell anyone, a family or friends that comes to the game, I say, look, if they win, you got to stay for the beam. Go outside, take pictures with it. It's really cool. But where I get to park, which is fortunate, I drive away and leave and had never honestly seen the beam in person, believe it or not, until Friday. So the Kings won. Who were they? Oh, they were playing the Spurs. I was leaving here from the studio and could see out the window to the right, kind of, I was with my wife too. And she was like, look, I could see the beam. She showed me, you could see, like, it was kind of peering through the clouds. It was really, really cool. And I just really, I guess, hadn't looked for it when I was driving away either from the arena or from my house. And now I'm going to make it a quest to see if I can see it or not. Cause I see a lot of people take those pictures and it looks awesome. And I'm glad you brought that up because, yeah, it's new and improved. It's bigger, bolder, brighter, better. And it's been lit quite a few times now. 6 in a row. So the Kings will go for 7 in a row tonight. But yeah, it's shame on me for really not taking the time to see it. I love the in-arena presentation now, though. That's fun. I like the beam, how it shines up through the roof or to the roof, and then obviously everybody that's outside. I love that shot, too, when they first show the crowd outside of the beam and everybody jumping up and down, getting fired up for it. I think it's just a cool symbol, too. Obviously, it means the Kings won. Everybody now knows what it means. It's just kind of a universal saying you can say to Kings fans, hey, it's Kings and Cavs tonight. It's Kings and whoever. I'm going to the game. Light the beam. I mean, you can just say it like as a passing phrase to people, and everybody knows what you mean. So really, really cool there. What to watch tonight? Well, first and foremost, Sacramento Kings basketball. Kings will be in action. They take on the Pelicans. You can hear the G-Man right here on Sactown Sports. We got game night. We got the pregame. I'll be on that with the high flyer Henry Turner, and we'll break it all down after the game, but hopefully another Kings win. That's what you need to watch. You'll also probably want to check out some other Western Conference games. How about the Rockets at the Warriors? Mentioned the Rockets losing 2 straight. The Warriors now have lost 6 in a row. And then the Clippers at the Spurs. Spurs have really started to struggle. Clippers finally got that win with James Harden. First time they've done that. I still think that I see a lot of people jumping on that team, and it's easy to do. But I got to tell you, I watched a couple of their games now, and I think they'll get it together. I do. I don't think they're a championship team by any means, but I think the people that are looking at them now, like, they're not even going to make the top 10. They're just not any good. I think they will. There's a ton of talent. They're kind of sorting it out. They have to answer for the lack of size. And I think when they get Plumlee back, though, that's still about 6 weeks away. That's going to help them too, to go with Zubats. They had a Tice. Is just, I think they'll figure it out. I think they will. Moving Westbrook to the bench made sense. I think they'll get it, but what version of that is the big question. All right, so you got that. And then, of course, tonight, Monday Night Football, a really good game in Monday Night Football. The Eagles and Chiefs, as good as it gets, really, in the NFL as far as pairings go. Best team in the AFC, best team in the NFC in a Super Bowl rematch. That's a good one. As far as records go, I still think the Niners, at their best, are the best team overall in the NFL. So Eagles, Chiefs tonight in Monday Night Football. All right, Chris, it's that time. It's time to do a little prediction time. 3 in the key for tonight's Kings and Pelicans game. So let's get our prediction hats on. See how we do here. It's just you and I, mano y mano. All right. Chris, he's been on a scoring tear. If he was eligible at played enough games, De'Aaron Fox would lead the league in points scored. So, very simple question for today's game. A prediction, how many points for De'Aaron Fox tonight?
Light game tonight.
Light game.
27.
Okay. I have a light game too. 36. De'Aaron for 36. You've got him for 27.
See, I don't think we're going to need him late in the game.
Second night of a back-to-back.
Yeah.
Maybe not sharp. You think they're going to be sharp and they're going to roll?
Yeah.
Okay. I like it. We are looking for this guy, I would say, is struggling shooting. He's not struggling overall. Keegan's been awesome defensively. He's still got his points yesterday. He's not knocking down the threes like he did last year, but that could come any game. What is your projection for made three-pointers by Keegan Murray?
I'm going to say 3.
Okay. I was thinking between 2 and 3, so I'll stick with 2 then. So we have a difference there. And lastly, but not least, we need a random stat, something odd, something weird, something different, or a prediction, a bold prediction that you have for tonight's Kings and Pelicans.
I am going to say Keegan has the poster dunk tonight.
Keegan with the poster dunk. And you know they're kind of keeping records of that. Keegan's had some good dunks, but Malik's got this. And you know who has potential to get him too is Fox. But so Keegan poster dunk. I'm going to say both centers, so that's Valanciunas and Sabonis, with doubles. Sabonis also, by the way, I mean, we've been giving a ton of love today to De'Aaron Fox, as I think he deserves. But Sabonis has been cooking too. I mean, he had a 32-point game. He's been flirting with a triple-double every night. I feel like he's been just as aggressive as Fox has been to control the game, control the paint. His, rebounds and turn and go have been awesome. And, doing his best to stay out of foul trouble. He's played some big guys like that. He's been bullying. And he's so physical. And DeMontis is really, really on a roll. All right, there you go. That's what to watch. That is 3 in the key. When we come back, final segment of the show, a little crosstalk with Styles and Watkins. And we've got celebrity birthday to go through. Or coming up in our final segment of the show for this Monday. We're back with that right after this on Sactown Sports.
Harrison Barnes plays here.
Harrison Barnes hammers it. The Black Falcon soaring into the night sky on a Monday evening in Northern California.
Sactown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Hi, this is Scott Trout of Cordell & Cordell. There are a lot of great dads out there. Sometimes those dads get divorced. For more than 30 years, we've represented men confronting the pitfalls that could devastate your finances or harm your family relationships. While every situation is different, our goal is to get the best outcome for you and your kids. Visit CordellCordell.com to take the first step.
500 Capitol Mall, Suite 2060, Sacramento, California, 95814. Online at CordellCordell.com.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. Of course I use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to clean tough messes off my stovetop and bathtub. But then I discovered I can also use it to easily clean my patio furniture and even my shoes. I'm hooked.
And when wipes won't cut it, I use Magic Eraser Sheets. They're thin and flexible erasers, perfect for everyday messes, like gunk on my counters and sinks. They really are magical.
The reviews are in. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and Sheets make cleaning look easy.
Wells Fargo presents one of the surest ways to grow your money. A Wells Fargo CD account, where you can earn a 5.00% annual percentage yield on an 11-month term with a minimum opening deposit of $5,000. Visit a Wells Fargo branch or wellsfargo.com/CD rates to open a CD account and start growing your savings with us.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
The game of football is about pain. Ever since I was 5 years old, it's been all about football. It's been about running, jumping, blocking, tackling. I stopped playing at 31.
You're listening to Michael Robinson, retired pro fullback.
I thought that foot pain was going to be with me for the rest of my life. I'm so glad I met Good Feet. I'm so glad that those arch supports are in my shoes. I have terrible foot issues that prevented me from really having a normal life with my kids. With the Good Feet arch supports, man, I'm always ready. My kids actually got to enjoy me in the yard more, racing each other, backpedaling, teaching them some things, being a dad. If I had known about the Good Feet arch support earlier, I would have more than one championship. I would have 2 championship rings.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville.
Awesome. Hey, babe, can you check the front door? My package is here.
Yeah, on it. Hey, are we still watching our show tonight?
New episode on Prime? You bet. That reminds me, let's hit Whole Foods this afternoon. We need snack supplies.
From package deliveries to entertainment and even fresh groceries, Amazon is in front of thousands of customers every single day. Learn how you can leverage their reach for your business. Text digital to 916-766-5105 now. Make the smart move. Text digital to 916-766-5105.
Prestigio Jewelers Black November sale is on all month long. Get amazing doorbuster deals while supplies last. 1-carat diamond earrings only $449. Wedding sets starting at only $899. 70% off gold chains and much more. Get quick and easy credit approval and low monthly payments at Prestigio Jewelers. No credit, bad credit, even bankruptcy, you're approved. Prestigio Jewelers guarantees your credit up to $10,000. Shop designer brands such as Cartier, Gucci, Bulova, and Citizen. Visit us today or online at prestigiojewelers.com. See store for details.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. What's up, guys? Hello. What's your guys' weekend? Pretty
Great.
Good. Yeah.
Great. Good stuff.
I saw you out in the town. Was it some wine you were sipping?
Yeah. Had a little cab.
Yeah. Nice.
A little bit of cab out in the streets, for the wife's birthday. So that was fun on Saturday, gallivanting around while my mom watched the kiddo.
Okay. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Adult night.
Yes, that's right.
So I get a glimpse of Alan's life that way. I got a glimpse of your life, Chris, via someone else. It was your post game last night and then watching and talking about the Vikings. I got to get back to the. Oh,
yeah, for
man,
lots of the worst, just the absolute worst.
Again, I got to get going because I gotta watch my guy Josh Dobbs. Yeah, they're about to score again. So, and the Vikings fumbled.
Yeah, so I had a little bit of extra time on the live stream last night. I was just about to hop off, and then right as I checked, I was like, all right, let me see if the Vikings are in a good spot right now. They were literally driving at the 30-yard line, and I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was Madison. I don't know if it was Dobbs, but yeah, there was a fumble. So I decided to give the live stream an extra 10 minutes.
Yeah. On the unofficial straw poll, an evening with the wife and wine sounds a little bit better.
Yeah,
than
every day of the week.
Frustration with the Vikings.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. Hey, but
the bad thing was the odds that this is the first post game I've caught of Chris this year,
and of course he's going to capture
that one.
Yeah, of course.
Vikings at least are exciting.
Yeah.
They definitely are exciting.
Justin Jefferson's got to be coming back soon, right?
Next week. He should have came back this week. I was texting just about every friend I knew right before that drive started. I was like, historically, if I know the Vikings like I think I do, they're going to drive into field goal range almost instantly and then miss the field goal by the widest margin possible. So I'm just glad that I didn't have to see that again.
Yeah. What's coming up on the show today, guys?
Tons of stuff. We
We
got 2 beams this weekend, too.
Yeah.
A meal at 11 o'clock. Gonna talk a lot about the Kings game tonight, of course. And,
we're doing a success pie.
Yes.
With Brock Purdy and the Niners. What percentage would you give to Brock in the success pie?
Of yesterday or the season?
The season.
Okay.
We always do blame pie, so it feels
success.
like a nice
What would
turn on its head.
He's a big part of it. I'm trying to think success. So, I mean, now we're slicing into what? Coaching, D-line.
Yeah.
So, so it can't be like the large. I mean, it's a large amount, but maybe 25?
That feels about
right.
He's been really good. Like
The cut that your uncle takes, and you're like, really?
Yeah. Everyone hasn't eaten yet. Everyone hasn't eaten
the largest piece. It's borderline uncomfortably large, but you're like, it's noticeable how large the piece things are, right?
Yes.
Like, I would have taken a little smaller than that, but good for you.
That was me at the potluck on Thursday. I had no shame.
I looked.
Zero
I
shame.
mean, I was talking about that earlier. Like, you guys had no time, so I didn't blame. But I was like, whoa, Alan's like, that's a hefty plate, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
I couldn't go back for seconds. So, but to be fair, right? Because we do talk a lot about this on the show, just how you should behave in these situations. To be fair, I didn't kill any serving of anything. Everything I left. Number one, everybody had already eaten. Everyone was sitting down.
Mac and cheese.
No.
I will say,
I didn't kill the mac and cheese.
No, but you just put me in a rough situation where then I had to decide if
You
I
left
was
like
going to take.
3 macaroni.
I left a corner in
There
which
was
someone
3
else
there.
could decide. Look,
Jason, you should have already ate though.
I went in with you guys.
That's right, you did.
I did at the same time. But part of that came up earlier because I talked about the potluck. This is the first time I've gone to this where I didn't bring something. But and a few people were blasting me. And I said, look, my options were honestly, I needed to do a ton of things that day. It probably would have been more beneficial to not go.
Yeah.
But the big boss said, hey, get as many people as you can to go. And then I'm thinking, well, if I don't go, that's a bad right. So was it better to go and not bring anything or not go at all? And I thought it was better to go.
Yes.
I did. I did not realize, because like I said, I just took a little bit of everything. And then by the time I was done,
you needed 2 plates.
Kudos,
like to hold up the.
Kudos to everybody who brought stuff, because it was a great spread.
It was.
But then by the time I got to it, I did not realize how much stuff, and I realized, Alan, you got to get out of here. And I'm like walking, trying to cover my plate so people don't see. And a couple salespeople saw, they're like, okay,
yeah, he's hungry.
Fun.
Where's the Tupperware?
Go back into the studio. I'm done now.
But it was good.
It was very
good.
good.
The problem is, I think you guys had like a 4-minute break. Like
that's
by the time
right.
you got up, you probably had 2 bites, and then you get this plate sitting here while you're doing the show.
Yep. And then I went back down after the show just to see what was there. Had a little bit more than turkey, and there was this cinnamon apple dump cake.
It was there, right?
It's 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a chunky.
It was good too.
It was good.
It was good.
It was good. Plans this week for Thanksgiving. What do you guys got on Thursday?
I'm heading down to Long Beach.
Yeah.
Gonna head down
Be safe.
on Wednesday night. So we'll see how that goes. I'm also planning to return
Slow travel
Sunday.
day.
So I know.
Both
yeah.
days.
Yeah. Sunday's the one I'm really worried about. I'm still trying to figure out if it's best to just, get up at 3 or 4 a.m. and knock that out, or if I should just admit defeat and sit there for 12 hours.
I don't know. We're still getting to know each other, but you ain't getting up at 3 a.m. I'm going to tell you
Very
that right
unlikely.
now.
Very unlikely. And we got a car of like 4 or 5 people. So very unlikely that 4 or 5 people get up at 3 a.m.
Wednesday is going to be awful.
Wednesday will be worse.
I think
than
Sunday's going to be worse.
They're both going to be bad.
Well, Wednesday I'm leaving at like 9
Wednesday, it's
o'clock,
like every
9
year.
PM.
Oh, that might be okay.
Because we got the show, and then Kings game's at 5. Got to do the post game live stream, and then hopefully after the live stream I can
might be all right.
Yeah.
But Sunday
is going to be terrible.
I'm always for getting to the place, even if it's super late. I'd rather get there I'd rather be late in the morning, I guess, instead of getting up super early to go somewhere. You guys?
Yeah.
If you have to be somewhere, whatever.
No.
Tomorrow,
I'd
rather
get up in the morning.
You would go. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'll get up at 4 a.m.
Sitting in traffic really sucks,
it's
especially
awful.
like that LA, Southern
There's
California.
something nice
traffic.
about getting up and you're driving and the sun comes up. I don't know. I like it.
Okay.
Makes me feel like I'm doing
alive.
something.
Do you guys take down the whole road trip driving, or do you like to switch it up? Because I'm like, if we're going San Diego, I'm like, I'll just take the full 8 hours.
Yeah, driver.
I can't switch. I get cars.
I would rather be driving. Just I don't know if it's a control thing. It feels like the time goes faster. Not that I drive faster. It's just I don't know. You're thinking about it.
More interactive, you know.
Sometimes we'll switch up if I feel like DJing.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, you're the DJ in the passenger seat?
That's right. Sometimes.
Yeah.
I'll switch it
Do
up.
you decide that you're like, you know what?
I thought the rule was
it's time for Alan to hit the DJ booth.
Yeah.
I thought if you were driving.
The rule is always the driver gets to pick the music, right?
Yeah, but I like to, I'm kind of, it's fluid, based on like how the weather is, I might want to play something else.
Sounds like these are Alan's rules.
They are my rules.
Okay.
Rigged.
Let's do it. It's time for celebrity birthdays.
But I got the family coming up to Sacramento. Chris said what he was doing.
Right. Oh yeah, sorry.
Because I'm bringing people up to Sacramento. That's my point. I'm helping the Sacramento economy, bringing people up.
You're making them pay for food?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I got a kid, man.
Yeah, it's true. Celebrity birthdays are brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends, and nothing brings family and friends together better than Crumble Cookies. All right, it's November 20th. Happy birthday to the president, Joe Biden. You guys probably are going to be pretty close to this.
106.
Chris isn't far off.
Man, I actually don't know. I'm going to say 82.
Okay.
It's probably not a bad guess. We'll say 79.
Okay.
He's actually 81.
We have a correct answer. He is actually 81.
Wow.
Chris knows his presidents. Chris, can you name all the presidents?
No.
Anybody? Like if I said name, what's an uncomfortable number? 10?
Madison.
8.
I can do 10.
You can do 10?
Yeah.
All right.
Name 10 of them?
10 presidents.
Just
Let's
in
go.
general, not in any order?
Yeah. Let's go.
I mean, you got to go.
We're gonna put,
now that I said
John Quincy Adams.
You got Bill Clinton.
You got him.
You got Bill Clinton. You got Abraham Lincoln.
You got him.
You got
your Lincolns.
You got the two Georges, George
Which
W. and George. Is it H?
Sure.
George
Right.
H.W. and George W.
Right.
Yeah.
So then you
And then
got
George
Obama.
And George Washington.
The
You got
George.
Obama. You got Trump. So that's 6, right?
Hoover?
Yeah.
Hoover.
You got
Hoover.
Garfield. You also have Garfield.
You have Garfield. You have
Wait.
Garfield.
He was
Andrew
pre-
and James?
Huh?
Yeah.
No, he was
And then you
president.
got
He got voted
Kennedy.
twice.
Oh.
Kennedy.
Is it Andrew Spider-Man?
That's 10 right
Yeah.
there.
This is
That's
a
10
deep
right
pull.
there.
Woodrow Wilson. That was our code for there's a active shooter on campus.
Jeez.
Wow.
Okay.
That got dark.
That's
You
10.
went with Woodrow Wilson as the code.
Teddy
The
Roosevelt.
school did. That's what the school did. They said
Roosevelt.
paging Woodrow Wilson, and you would know something's going
Jeez,
down.
That's crazy.
Oh, that is
That
sad
is
statement,
actually
but like
crazy.
that's an interesting choice for the.
Yeah.
We got 10. All right.
Oh, we
That's
got
fair.
I'm
Anyways,
impressed.
and president.
Happy birthday to Joel McHale. Joel McHale.
Big Joel McHale fan.
I like Joel McHale. He's funny.
It's good. Community.
The
Soup.
Really
Really good.
Is that show still on? That's
No.
not. It used to be a pretty good show. Joel McHale.
Chris?
Joel McHale, we'll say he's 47.
51.
Yeah, he's 49.
Christopher Laud, the closest. He's 52.
Wow.
52. Right on the really close there. How about Carlos Boozer?
I like it a lot when we just do the first name.
I know. Okay, I'll do
Carlos
that
would have been a really tough.
Mencia.
Yeah.
Santana.
Yeah. I'm going to go Carlos Boozer. His kid is, I think,
Boozer.
in college or close to it. Carlos Boozer is 47.
I'll say Carlos Boozer is 43.
45.
Chris Watkins, the closest, 42.
Come on. LeBron's ex-teammate.
Happy birthday, Joey.
McHale.
You're saying Joey
Joey.
Bosa.
Joey
Fatone.
Yeah, I was going to
Nice.
say. Yeah.
Okay.
Fat ones.
Yeah.
Great hot
Yeah.
dogs there.
Happy birthday
I
to
thought you were just
Joey
calling
Galloway.
People used to call it Joey Fatone, Joey Fat One.
Right.
Which is
Well, that's what he's making money off.
Joey Galloway.
terrible.
Joey Galloway.
Jerry Galloway.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The receiver?
Yeah, current analyst.
Freaking
ESPN.
Joey Gallo. 48.
Yeah, Joey Galloway. I mean, at this point, he's got to be 45, right?
46.
Chris Watkins, the closest, 52.
Ooh.
For Joey Galloway.
Ice.
All right, let's end with, this will be an interesting one to see what even name you guys come up with. Happy birthday, Grady.
Sizemore.
Wilson.
Do it. Do it.
Grady Dick.
That's the correct answer. How old is
I had to say full name.
lottery pick from the Toronto Raptors?
Did he do G League? Did he do G League Ignite or
No,
he's
was
at Kansas. He's at Kansas.
I'm gonna say Mr. Dick is 23.
No way. He's got to be.
No,
he's got to be 20.
21.
I just wanted to
We have a correct answer. 20.
Yeah.
I really just
boys.
wanted to say his name.
All right. You know your Grady's.
I do know. Hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now, almost got me.
And with that,
Got
they're next.
somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball